Allow me to present today the Minister of Economy, EU and Affairs, Minister Honorable Silvio Schembri, who has been a real ally to the industry, and today, throughout his keynote, he will present our journey in video gaming, esports, and immersive tech. Please give a warm welcome to Minister Silvio Schembri. The stage is yours. I still remember back in 2019 when we first met in your office, and we started mapping out the ideas, etc. And it's been full blast all the way. He's a very tough taskmaster, I can tell you that. We have ongoing meetings, and we set our KPIs, and video gaming and esports, and the whole interactive entertainment sector is very much top of the agenda. Minister Schembri, I would like to thank you for being here today. I would like to thank you for your support, for hearing us also, and this is your stage today. No. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ivan, and thank you, and good morning to all. First of all, I must obviously thank Ivan for his excellent work that he's doing at Gaming Malta, not only on this particular sector, but across the board. Ivan is a person that really loves the industry and gives more than 100%. And it shows, the way he speaks, the way he delivers, the way he speaks about the industry. It shows that he loves the industry. And this is what is all about the policy of this government. We know the industry, we love the industry. I'm also, though, jealous because I have not received the introduction that you have received from us. So I have to rest by that. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed investors, publishers, game developers, members of the media, and international guests, it is a great pleasure for me to welcome you to PlayCon 2024. This event, as Ivan has already explained, marks a significant step in our journey to strengthen Malta's position as the stage for your global ambitions. The video game development industry is an industry which we are seeing as one of not only the future pillars of our digital economy, but something that brings talent to our shores. And this is why from 2019, since we have launched our video game development strategy for video games and esports, now we can see that in just 4 years, we have obtained so much. But this is just the start. Today, let me explore the opportunities with you, how the investment can be done, how the growth can be done in this country to drive what Malta is looking ahead for the future. So, what is Malta's vision in the interactive entertainment industry? Our vision is clear: to become a key player in the video game development and esports sectors. We see gaming not just as a pastime, but also as a powerful engine for economic growth and wealth for our country that can create quality jobs and also innovation. And as we can see, this is what we mean when we say we are looking also at the global industry challenges. We have seen that Malta's journey in this sector, as I explained, began in 2019, where we committed to a vision with a set of targets that we wanted to achieve. And from that time onwards, the industry continued to develop. During COVID, as we all know, there was a boom in this industry, a lot of recruitment. After COVID, there was an adjustment, a right-sizing process. But also in this right-sizing process, as a country, we saw an opportunity for growth for the coming years. And this is why we are saying to the world, let us be the stage for your global ambition. As we can see, Malta's journey, we have grown quite steadily in the past years. We have hosted numerous video game development studios in Malta. We have welcomed international esports events. We have also attracted international game developments and fostered collaborations with local studios here. Some of you are already here. And therefore, we can easily say that Malta is now home to numerous success stories, showcasing also how an ecosystem supported also by the government and entities like Gaming Malta can flourish in a country like Malta. And now we also have some celebrations to do, some anniversaries. Celebrating 10 years in Malta, Dorado Games. Just only this week, I have visited two companies, Dorado Games and also Anvil Studios, where they are celebrating 10 years in Malta. And these two particular companies reflect the Maltese dream of operating in this country. Dorado Games, where we have foreigners coming to Malta, calling Malta their home, starting very nimble from a very small studio, and today becoming one of the key players of our ecosystem, employing more than 50 full-time employees, the majority of which are Maltese as well, and have plans to continue to expand further. Today, they have 900,000 players monthly. And another game, another studio, Anvil Studio. This is a typical story of a startup, where two twin brothers, two twin Maltese brothers, and their friend, they started with a dream to get into this industry because they love video games. I love video games as well. My son loves video games. Who doesn't? But they wanted to make their passion, their love, as their future. And this is what they've done. They've borrowed 60,000 euro from their parents. They've invested in their thought, in their willingness to continue to expand further. They found the support of the government, of Gaming Malta. They started also from base camp in Malta. And in a period of few years, they sold approximately 12 million euro in sales across the globe for their first IP. They have not kept the money. They have reinvested the money for their second IP. And this is the story we want to deliver to all people out there. That let us make Malta the home for your global ambition. And the ambition of these two youths, Maltese youths, that are making their dream come true, can be everyone's ambition and everyone's dream. The same can be said on the esports map. Malta now firmly is positioned on the global esports map, hosting huge events such as the SL Pro League Finals with over 800,000 viewers. And this achievement is showing that even Malta can host world-class esports events such as this one. But as we celebrate also these companies that are putting and making activities in our shores, we're also celebrating Maltese esports players such as Leon Bohajar, Tekken player, Sean Galia, FIFA player, Matej Mijovic, and also Leon Bohajar and Malcolm Said, who have participated also in the national esports team and excelled, placing 17th in Tekken and 33 in eFootball at global competition last year. And these are some of the few success stories that we have in Malta. In the meantime, over 44,000 unique viewers watched Malta e-Premier League season this year. Now, we will continue. We'll continue to be home of gaming excellence, home to top-tier teams, and I also have the pleasure to announce that after the move of Furia from Brazil, having selected Malta as their European training base, we today also welcome one of the largest esports team in Asia, Talon Esports, who are also here with us today. But ultimately, this industry is all about talent. And I cannot say this strong enough. We are also attracting top talent to our islands, as we can see. Electric Square Studios, which is part of Keyware Studios. Definitely they need no introduction. Keyware Studios are a huge company employing around 11,000 people worldwide, and they have also opened a studio here in Malta in collaboration with also with Electric Square in Malta. Also an R&D projects, which we can see the benefits of AI now into video game development, and this fusion of all these technologies coming into a melting pot of this ecosystem here in Malta. From Basecamp to the camp, I already mentioned the story of Anvil Game Studios. Basecamp is basically a place that we are offering for startups to assist them in their early stages. We know that the early stages of any startups are the most difficult, and we wanted to make that stage as simple and as easy as possible. And that is why we're offering Basecamp. It's a spot not only from where to operate, but from where to get mentorship, from where you can exchange ideas with other companies, people operating in the industry. And this is how the industry continues to evolve in creating this ecosystem in one place. And from Basecamp to the camp, Anvil Studios now have moved from our Basecamp to larger premises in Smart City. And Epic Nuggets as well, they have recently been acquired by also a major investor, a Maltese investor, who is investing into another company. And now we're seeing how this industry is developing. We're having homegrown talents, we're having investors from other industries, in this case the online gaming industry, that are putting their money into the video game development studios here in Malta, where they can continue to flourish and grow. Another, as I mentioned, Basecamp is not just a place for video game development. It's a place for an ecosystem. And we can see that from Basecamp to transforming Web3 gaming, a platform offering also digital Web3 gaming, that a company can therefore operate from Basecamp to then continue to develop its services further. Another type of activity which tally very much with the industry, global publishing. Now we're seeing also the industry transforming not in just video game development and esports, but also in the film industry. And therefore, we have Reforged Studios, which are making news on global publishing stage, and they are also now acquiring their first 2 studios, also operating from Malta. And we believe, therefore, that this industry has to be linked into other areas of the entertainment industry. And therefore, we believe in the power of gaming and films. And just recently, I had the pleasure to assist to a memorandum of understanding, an agreement actually between Stargate Studios, that is a Maltese company in the film industry, with Sperasoft, that have signed a collaboration agreement to work together in the video game sectors. And now we're seeing, obviously, the development of this industry, whereby a video game is developed into a film, or the other way around, a film developed into a video game industry. And therefore, it is a natural choice for us to see how these 2 companies, how these 2 sectors can work together. Another welcome to our ecosystem, Weaver, which brings a new studio setting up in Malta. Weaver is a leading interactive studio based in LA that will be setting up operations in Malta, which is also run by a Maltese nationality person. That is Neville Spiteri, who I had the opportunity to meet and share our vision as a country and his vision for Weaver, and both visions tally to each other. So that is why they are going to operate in Malta. And we can see that this is a company that is growing fast, with a lot of huge companies investing in this company, such as Epic Games, HTC, Warner Brothers. These are names that we would like to see here in Malta, operate in Malta, cooperate with other startups in Malta so that we can continue to see this ecosystem to flourish. Two very important initiatives for next year. Obviously, the strategy was launched in 2019 with key milestones that we have to achieve every year to reach our targets. In 2019, we set two particular targets: that the video game development industry in 10 years will have to represent 1% of our gross domestic product, and it will employ at least 3,000 people in the industry. And in order to achieve that target, which we are on track to achieve it, we have to implement several measures year by year. The measures that we're going to implement next year are, first, the Basecamp Accelerator Program, which will therefore, it's another tool to continue to assist companies operating from Basecamp to have this mentorship program and accelerator program, and also Esports Athlete Visa. This is where the things get interesting as well now. In order to be able to attract people to our shores, we are offering this Esports Athlete Visa in collaboration with Residenza Malta, which allows seamless movement for esports talent to our country. And therefore, this has got the ultimate aim to attract major global esports tournament organizers and ensure that Malta remains a vibrant esports hub. Another initiative is the video gaming funding schemes. This is the ultimate aim to continue to empower studios and developers in Malta, which will proudly announce that this video gaming gateway funding scheme, which will be operated by Gaming Malta, will offer up to €8,000 financial support for projects, for mentorships, for startups, for mid-sized studios, and also established developers to be able to assist them in their day-to-day operations in our countries. It will also support development across various media platforms, including mobiles, consoles, VR, AR, and esports, ensuring that Maltese developers can compete or be in a better position to compete on the global stage. Malta Venture Capital. This is something which I've been vouching for several years. In this country, we've been saying that we need a venture capital, if I'm not mistaken, for the past 30 years. Nobody had the courage to do it, and the reason was because we are investing public funds, and when you invest in startups, many of the times, startups, there's a huge probability that they will fail in their first years. But this is only natural. There are a lot of startups that will fail, and those who fail will retry again, will learn from their mistakes, and most probably the second time will have a better chance to succeed. And that startup that will succeed is that startup that will make headlines, that will create wealth, will create growth. All the biggest companies in the world, especially in digital spheres, all started with a dream, with a crazy dream of a person that most probably would be labeled as a crazy person, but he was or she was adamant to make that dream come true. And this is why we pushed to have this venture capital in Malta. And last year, we said that we're going to have a venture capital. We launched it. We dedicated a humble sum of money to start with, €10 million. And today I can announce that after receiving, if I'm not mistaken, more than 12 investors' opportunities to join our venture capital, that is not beneficiaries, venture capitalists, angel funds that want to join the Malta Venture Capital to assist startups. Now the venture capital is starting to receive applicants and proposals. There is a huge number of proposals, interesting number of proposals, and we have already approved the first equity venture capital from the Maltese side. And the first company to benefit from this fund is a video game development company, Narc Studios. And this is a strong message that we want to deliver, that we really believe in the video game development industry. Education. At first, I said that I cannot continue to mention that this is all about talent. This is not another industry. The assets of this industry rest within the talent of the people. So one of the first measures that we took way back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, was that we wanted not only to create schemes and assistance to be able to attract companies in Malta, but we wanted to invest in our homegrown talent, in our students, in those kids out there that were listening with their enthusiasm to look at this industry, that in 4 or 5 years' time, they will be the people working in this industry. And we wanted Malta to be well equipped from the talent that would require. And this is why we have made an agreement through MCAST and University of Malta and Gaming Malta with Unity. And now also the target for next year is to expand that agreement with Unreal Engine as well, to have our talent well equipped with the required skills. With Unity, we have an agreement that it will train 400 multi-students to be able to work in this particular industry. If we will have the talent, we'll have the government we'll have the support schemes, that is where the ecosystem is created. And then why Malta? Obviously, let me pitch for Malta. Malta, obviously, although apart from that it's a wonderful place, we have an access to EU and MENA markets, competitive tax regime, strong IP protection laws, ease of doing business, fiscal incentives, and financial instruments for startups, just to mention a few. Another initiative which is close to my heart is the In Malta initiative. As we all know, Malta is a very small country. It's an island with limited resources. Therefore, also as an economist, I also say that we have to make maximum use of our scarce resources. And this is where the initiative in Malta was born. That we are seeing collaboration between 5 leading Maltese entities, that is TechMT, MDIA Malta, Enterprise Finance Malta, and Gaming Malta, where they are joining forces to promote Malta as one country, as In Malta initiative, joining forces with all their schemes, with a powerful package of initiatives and assistance to possible operators that would like to operate in Malta. Another initiative is the high-performance computer. We have invested through MDIA, D-Hub MT, which I will have the pleasure to launch and inaugurate in the coming days or weeks. Eventually, this D-Hub MT, which will host and will be a place for startups to provide the necessary tools for startups to operate. We know that in the digital sphere, there are some tools which require huge capital expenditure, which will be very prohibitive for new startups. And this is why the government decided to buy these equipment, put it all in one place, and offer it for free for startups to make their test over there. Apart from that, next year, Q2, in the region of Q2, Q3, we'll also have the first high-performance computer in Malta. This will undoubtedly help a lot in terms of research and development, and research that requires high data processing. And today, Maltese people who would need to make use of a high-performance computer, unfortunately, to go abroad, most probably to Italy, with an expense bill of 25,000 euro, and this will be offered now free of charge from Malta to continue to facilitate research and development, not only in the digital sphere, but in terms of data analytics as a whole. The future outlook and investment opportunity. Looking ahead, Malta is poised for continued growth in the video game and esports sectors. Therefore, we invite investors to tap into these exciting opportunities. The future includes not just video game development, but also immersive technology, blockchain gaming, AI, creating therefore transmedia opportunities that we can see all these type of different technologies being intertwined into one type of activity. Malta will continue to host international roadshows and build strategic partnerships, therefore promoting a growing ecosystem and showcasing the strength and potential of these industries globally. Well, that is from my end. As you can see, this is our ecosystem, what we have achieved in just 4 years. And obviously, the future is bright, so let's make Malta the home of gaming excellence for your future ambitions. Thank you very much.